Focus on hitting your goals in every area of your business. Remember, the universe rewards the bold.
The amazing Daniel Alonzo! You guys fired up for what? All right. Hey, well, thank you for coming out today. We appreciate your time, your energy, your excitement, and because look, I mean, there are people right now on Saturday morning watching cartoons, and instead, he wants to watch cartoons. He's like, why I got every year, Mom? And so it's like, I mean, some people people make horrendous decisions in their life. And tonight really, or this morning is about you and about those decisions. Because you have some decisions to make. Now, some of you are new. This is your first time ever really seeing Primerica. Some of you have, you've been around a little while, kind of getting your feet wet a little bit, trying to figure out if this thing is actually for real. You're still not sure. You still call it Primerica. And there's some of you that have been around a long time, like way, way too long, and you're not winning big yet, okay? You guys know who you are. You've just been hanging around. You've been clapping for everybody else. And it's like, you know what? Maybe it's time right now. Maybe today will be that turning point for you in your life. And I hope that one day, some of you will come up to me and say, Daniel, it was that day, it was that moment, it was that Saturday afternoon that transformed the way I thought about Primerica, the way I thought about life, the way I thought about how this thing, could transform my life. And I made a decision to take massive, massive action. And I moved. I got moving. I started getting really coachable. I started following the system. I started really figuring out what to do and why to do it. And then I just went for it. And it was that decision that made all the difference. Because remember, it's always about your story. See, your story is going to be how you're going to affect and transform people's lives for the rest of your life. You understand that? I mean, literally in the next 3 years, you could put yourself in a situation where for the next 30 years, you can share the story of those 3 years. You guys get that? See, the next 3 years is going to determine the next few decades of your life. And so years ago, right, we got started at 21, I made a decision look, I'm going to do this, but I don't want to do it the slow way. I want to do it the fast way. I want to win quickly. I want to get moving with speed and endurance and passion. I want to go win big so that way I can talk about it for the rest of my freaking life. Right? Because it's your ability to tell your story that's going to determine your story. It's your ability to tell your story that's going to determine your story. Your story is what is going to inspire the masses. And if you were to think about what your job title is in this business, your job title, your most important job is to be able to inspire the masses. People are looking for leadership. People are looking for inspiration. People are looking for service. People are looking for value. And if we can give them that value and that service and that inspiration, The universe is going to pay you big time. Who wants to get paid big time? Okay? So pay attention, because I'm gonna really make a case today on why you gotta say yes. And again, I know a lot of you are like, I'm already in Primerica already. But I'm gonna make a case on why you need to reevaluate your decisions that you're making daily. And look, the truth is, the reason why you're not winning bigger is because your decisions are holding you back. Would you kind of agree with that a little bit? I mean, if we were all honest, and we're going to be honest today, right or right? We're going to be honest with each other, because we're going to make some changes today. This isn't going to be some motivational crap. This is going to be about really changing your dang life. Okay? You guys ready for that? Yeah. All right, let's get down to business. All right, so we'll start off first. Sorry, go back. One, all right. So look at that. That's karma. The first day she ever came to my house. That was the first day. And by the way, you guys are the first people ever to see this picture, I think. All right, so y'all got it. Right, this is me right here. Look at my Georgetown hat right there, man. Do I look tough or what, man? Badass, man. I knew everything. Tell you what's up, man, right? But I was broker than shit. I mean, broker than, I was broke. I was broke. And isn't it crazy how the toughest guys you know, they're the poorest guys you know? Isn't that weird? Like, you think you're all that, man. You think you're so dang tough, but you're broke. So for me, right, and look at us over here, man. Look at that. And I mean, tough, man. Right? And so you think, like, why is it that we put on this ego thing, right? It's like, you guys want to know a little truth here? Your ego is gonna keep you broke, like poor. I know so many guys. Again, I was one of those guys right there. It was broke because I thought I knew it all. I wasn't coachable. I wasn't following anybody. I wasn't reading books. I wasn't self-improving. I wasn't hanging out with millionaires. Right, guys? You guys understand, if you ever get a chance to hang out with Kathy and Rodell, what do you think you should be doing? Hanging out with Kathy and Rodell. They're worth millions and millions and millions of dollars. Do you guys understand that? They have a business that's worth, I mean, they don't come up here and say, oh yeah, we're million. Guys, you understand, their business is probably worth about $4 or $5 million right now. You understand that? You understand that? So anytime, don't ever take them for granted. Anytime you get an opportunity to rub elbows with millionaires, you know what you should do? Rub elbows. Rub them. Because a little bit of that is gonna rub off on you. Okay? And look, that's what happened to me. That's what happened. I mean, that's a piece of my life. That's a story of my life. That was a part of what happened to us. We came in the business 21 years old. I was making $7 an hour. Right, we're working with a little mom and pop business. And so I came into the business and I said, you know what? I am going to spend time with successful people. I'm going to make sure that every single day I call my coach. I call my mentor. I text. Now it's texting, right? You can text people. We didn't have texting back then. It was 8-track tape players, and it was, no, I'm just kidding, not that far back. I mean, it's regular tape cassette. Boombox radios, right? I mean, I'm just telling you, right? And so what I said is, I'm gonna change. I'm gonna be different. I'm not gonna be, like I used to look around the office, 21, man. I'm not the most intelligent, but I'm one of those people that has a lot of common sense. Okay, so look, God bless you if you're really smart, but if you don't have any common sense, that's like worse than being really, really dumb, in my opinion. You guys understand what I'm saying? You need to also have some common sense. And so what I did was I'd look around the room and I'd look at all these people in my office that were making bad choices, they were negative, they were making excuses, they weren't doing what they said were gonna do, they never hit their goals. And so inside, I kept thinking, no way, man, I'm not gonna be like that. There's no way. I'm not gonna do what that guy or that gal is doing. I'm not gonna do that. I am going to do the complete opposite. So whatever the coach told me, and they would say, oh, you're just, kissing butt to the coach. And I go, well, man, I'm going to kiss my butt way up to financial independence, all right? That's what I'm telling you, right? I'm going to go for greatness. I don't want to be like everybody else. I don't want to be average and ordinary. I want to go for greatness. I want to go do something special. Go do something great with my life. Because my family, my future family, and when I first got in, me and Karma first got in, we didn't have kids. So they were just a thought. They were just a maybe someday. And so for a few of those first years, it was always about one day when I have children. Raise your hand if you don't have kids. Raise your hand. A lot of people, right? I mean, a quarter of the room doesn't have kids. So you guys that don't have kids, man, you need to be thinking in your mind, I got to go on a run for the next 3, 4, 5 years, go get it done, so that way I can spend the rest of my life having fun with my kids. And that's kind of what we've been able to do, and I'll share that with you. So anyways, there's a little preview. All right, so why Primerica? Why do you need to say yes to Primerica right now? Number one, this is a real financial education. So look, when I came in the business, I said, I want to get financially independent. My job, my other title is to become financially independent. So so what we did, and this is exactly what we did. So we worked our ass off so that we could make as much money as possible. But as we were making money, we were investing our money. Now again, it was another thing, right? I watched everybody around me that was making money. I watched them, what did they do with their money? They spend it. And I kept listening to this old guy named Art Williams. And he kept saying, save your money, get financially independent. And everybody else was spending all their money. And I said, I'm not going to do that. Did you see how the decisions that you make in your life are determining the whole course? Somebody put on my Instagram. How many of you guys are on my Instagram? Anybody on my Instagram? All right. Good. If you're not, I'm checking at the door on the way out. You better be signed up by the time I'm done. You better be following me, and we do. Seriously, I got a lot of great stuff on YouTube, on Twitter, on Facebook. I even put some snaps last night, man, and I never go on Snapchat, all right? So they're kind of funny, so you might want to go check them out. But anyways, because they do the fake, you know what I'm talking about. So I said, look, I'm going to do the opposite of what everybody else is doing. So we were making $300,000 a year, and I was still driving a $10,000 Maxima, okay? And everybody looked at me like I was crazy. Everybody told me, why don't you buy a bigger house? We had a nice house, but it wasn't a mansion. And we were making $1 million a year. My house was paid off. We had no debt. We had nothing. I mean, I own a building. So all this, and so all I thought about was I want to get financially independent, so nobody could ever put their thumb on me, man. Never wanted anybody. If I want to go on vacation, I go on vacation. I mean, as long as my wife says it's okay, but I go on vacation. I do whatever I want to do, man. Right? Okay. So, but I'm in charge, mostly. And so look, but that what they don't you want that, huh? Don't you want to be free? Come on. So look, when you join Primerica, you're going to get a financial education. But remember, it's not just about mutual funds. It's about budgeting. It's about creating financial habits that will dictate what really happens to the money that you make. So I want you to really, really pay attention to your budget. I would recommend you get Quicken. All right, so if you're starting to make money right now, go get Quicken. Okay, and start managing your money like a business. You must manage your money like a company does. Primerica, the corporation, do you think they have a budget? Yes. Do you think they manage their money? Yes. How about McDonald's? How about Coca-Cola? How about Pepsi? How about Disneyland? How about any other corporate? But yet we come into Primerica and we go, man, I'm good. Cool. I don't need to do all that stuff. My check register here. We had no money, and I had a Quicken account. Okay, we had no money. I had an American Express account, like an American Express card. I used to spend money on the American Express card. This is how crazy I was. I used to spend money on the American Express card. I would go home and I would minus it out of my check register. So therefore, when the bill came due at the end of the month, which the American Express, they always want their money, right or right? All the money was there. I'm 43 years old, I've never paid a finance charge on a credit card, ever in my life. I've paid off every single month for all my years in business because I was financially organized. Right? You're financially organized, you're going to get free. So while everybody was paying finance charges and losing 18% on their money, right? I was gaining 18%, 25%. There was some years in my investments that I was making over 100% rate of return on my investments. Okay, so, and again, that's not counting, the revenue I bring in our building and the different things that we've been able to do. We own another house in Claremont, free and clear. So there's so many things that we just did, but everybody else wasn't doing it because everybody else wanted to show you how rich they were. I was going to show you guys how rich I am, like right this minute. Not like, there's a difference, right? I mean, some people look like they have a lot of money, and some people actually have a lot of money. You guys know that, right? I mean, be careful, because you follow some of these people on Instagram. You follow some of these people. You understand that, right? You follow these rock stars and different people, and then go check out their celebrity net worth. Go see what they're worth, and you'll find out. They're like, yeah, the dude's been working for 20 years, and he's worth 500 grand. It's like, what's he been doing for all these years? All right. Versus now, I don't think I'm on that celebrity net worth, but if I was, it would say Daniel Alonzo is worth $15 million. Okay? That's my assets minus my liabilities. You guys understand that? I have very few liabilities. We have a lot of assets. And that's your goal. And that's part of the financial education that we're going to give you by really jumping in all on board, all right? Hey, no experience needed. Thank God for most of you, right? Thank God for that. No experience, man. Come on, we're going to teach you everything. We're going to take you by the hand. We're going to take you right under our wing, and we're going to teach you everything we know. We're going to teach you, and we're going to train you, and we're going to coach you, and we're going to mentor you, and we're going to give you everything we got, man. You know what your only job is, though? Is you got to be coachable. How many of you guys are going to be coachable? Huh? How many of you guys are going to be coachable? Huh? How many of you guys are all in right now? Huh? How many of you guys are ready to change your life? Well, you got to make decisions. Okay, no experience needed, but you got to be coachable at least. You know what I used to always think about is, I didn't graduate college. Okay, I mean, I know I look really, really smart, man. I swear to God, I'm not. I've just been a good copier, right? Remember in class? Right? I did a lot of copying. And I got in trouble a lot of times for that too, right? But you know what's cool about Primerica? Is that we encourage you to copy. So you could take some ideas from me and you could be like, I love that idea, I'm gonna copy that crap. And you don't even get in trouble. How awesome is that, right? Nobody gets mad at you. They're like, you're making more money? Keep doing it. That's why I hated school. They didn't let you copy. I was like, this Chinese girl next to me, she's way smarter than me right now. So I'm just telling you, like, I'm all in. Whatever she writes down, I'm writing the same thing down. Why? Why do I gotta make it up? Why am I gonna, wing it here? Try to make it up my own way. Why do you want to make it up your own way? These guys already know how to win. They know how to recruit. They know how to sell. They know how to build a hierarchy. They know how to be successful in the business. Why do you, challenge that? Why? Make a decision today that you're going to be coachable. Yes or yes? Yes. We're going to travel the world together. You guys want to travel the world with us, huh? I need a little timer too, man. Do we have a timer over here or something? Do we have a timer? Can you give me just a number where I'm at, please? Okay, not just 10 minutes, but give me 20 minutes left. Or am I on? Do I have 20 minutes left? Okay, good. Crap, I just got started, man. Okay, sorry everybody. Travel the world. Hey, look, anybody want to make $100,000 a year? Okay, that's a good reason. Only 3% of America makes $100,000 a year. Okay? 3% of America. So when you make $100,000 with Primerica, and I know everybody acts like they make $100,000, but they don't really make $100,000 because you make $100,000 in the real world, you got to pay 30 or 40% in taxes. So most of your money's gone. See, in Primerica, you make $100,000. Well, you have a little bit different situation here because now you're writing off a lot of stuff because you're a 1099 business owner. Smart? Is that smart? That's very smart. And so you're going to be able to take legal advantage of a lot of those tax laws, right? Learn leadership, communication skills. We're going to teach you how to be a better leader. We're going to teach you how to be a better, more effective communicator. One of the reasons why a lot of people do not have success in America is because they have horrible leadership and communication skills. So we are going to teach you step by step by step how to be a better leader and how to be a better communicator. And by the way, you're going to learn how to communicate more effectively because you show up to events like this. Y'all know that, right? Because hopefully you're actually paying attention. You're not just, you're paying attention to everything right now. You're paying attention to the inflections in my voice. You notice how I go a little bit high sometimes. You notice how I go a little bit low sometimes. You guys with me? Okay? You notice how I ask questions to get feedback. See, there's a difference between an effective communicator and just a talker. Anybody can talk. But effective communicators, they get people to move. They know how to sell the dream. They know how to sell the business. They know how to get people excited about changing their life. That is what you need to develop if you want to be successful anywhere you go, by the way. Not just Primerica, but anywhere you go, anything you do in your life. And we're going to teach you that here with our business. Build a business where men and women can excel. Are there any women in the house? Are there any men in the house? You know what's cool, man? It's like we don't care whether you're a man, we don't care whether you're a woman, we don't care whether you're black, we don't care you're white, we don't care you're Mexican, we don't care you're Chinese, Asian, whatever, right? We don't care about any of that crap. We don't even care if you're short. How many short people do we have out there, man? Let's go, baby. Fired up about that. Hey, look, hey, I'm going to be totally honest with you right now. Totally transparent, totally honest, man. When I joined Primerica, my biggest fear was tall white people. That was it, man. I was intimidated, man. They just looked so smart. They just looked so handsome. They just looked so, just like they just knew the right words and they just dressed right and they just looked right and right. And they just always seemed like they knew the answers. They were more educated. They went to college. They, spoke well, and all that. And I would just go, man, one day. And then I started to figure out that a lot of short people were making it in Primerica. Hey, you guys ever seen Mike Sharp?
Yes.
He ain't the tallest dude. So I got excited. I was like, this is it, baby. I'm going for it. All in, man. Who cares what they think? And so what I did, though, is I mastered my craft. So in the morning, I got up and I studied the scripts. I listened to the cassette tapes. I watched the VHS videotapes. Okay? Every single day. And then at night before I went to bed, because whatever you do before you go to bed is really one of the most important things you can do. Because everything, like when you guys are watching The Walking Dead before you go to sleep, that's just dumb. That is like dumb. Don't do that. You're like, but honey, I gotta watch the news. That is dumb. Don't do that. Because it's the negativity gets inside your brain. And all through the night, you're thinking about negative stuff all night long. And then you wake up and you wonder why you have a crappy day. And you do this over and over and over and over again. And one day you wake up, years and years later, you're not as successful. You're freaking depressed out of your mind. And you don't even know why. And it's kind of sad to me because it is a self-defeating process that we as human beings, why do you think the news likes to talk about negative stuff? It's because it sells, because everybody's doing it. So again, remember when I told you earlier that I tried to do the opposite of what everybody else was doing?
Yes.
That's what you need to do. You need to start taking a checkup from the neck up and saying, look, what am I doing that is like everybody else? Everybody watches the news, so I don't watch the news. Even if we watch a show with our kids, you ask them. We do not allow commercials in our home. We mute the commercials. You guys understand? You're walking around the house, some of you ladies, you're cooking, and you got the news in the background, and the television show, and then the ads come on. Like, do you have, depression? And you hear like 45 of those messages, right? Why do you think, prescription drugs are the most oversold drugs in America? You know that, right?
Yes.
And so you hear all that stuff, and it goes subconsciously in your mind, in your brain. And then you wonder why you're freaking depressed. Do you have depression? Do you have anxiety? I won't say the other stuff, but anyways. Potentially save money in taxes, I talked about that. And hey, look, ownership, man. Ownership is, to me, the most powerful thing that we have in our business. Because we're going to allow you to own your business one day. So if you build your business, that's a big chunk of our net worth is our business. We can sell our business right now for millions and millions of dollars. So that's a huge thing. Think about making $100,000 a month in passive income. Think about that for a second. Like, whether you wake up or you don't, that day you made over $3,000 that day, and you didn't even get up. Like, I'm staying in today, man. I'm tired. I went and did a little boxing yesterday, and I can barely move right now, guys. My body's hurting. But how nice is it to know that whether you produce or you don't produce, you still have a lot of income coming in. Would that be nice to get $3,000 a day without getting out of bed? Anybody down with that? Anybody good with that? How many of you can get excited about that, man? Come on, man. So this wise man once said, you only know what you know because of what you know. You know? Smart. And I made that crap up all by saw myself. I did not see that on Instagram, okay? But this is what we know. Education, work all our life, and get a little bit of freedom at the end. Right or right?
Right.
Education, work for 5 to 10 years, get done. Freedom for the rest of your life. Who's down? A or B? B. A or B? B. See, everybody picks B, but 95% of us do A. Isn't that crazy? Like, we all pick B. Like, there's not one person in here that would rather do A, but yet on Monday morning, what do you think you're going to go do? Do A. You're going to do A. And then I said, hey, come and join Primerica with me, man. You're like, nah, too busy. Isn't that wow? I mean, that's just crazy to me. That is, it's like insane. Insanity. No more, man. Start humbling yourself to a better way of doing things. Look, one of the things that I believe is one of the most powerful things that I live by is truth. Now, I know all of you, if I took a poll in here, all of you would say that you're truthful people, right? And I'm not going to make you raise your hand. But I would say 99% of you would say, yes, I'm truthful.
Yes.
Yes, I do. No, I'm not asking, but but I'm saying, like most of you, you would be like, I'm truthful. Yes, I am. I tell the truth. Okay? So I'm asking you, from now on, to really be truthful. If somebody comes up with a better idea, why not just say, okay? Why do you got to fight it all the time? If your coach tells you, hey, look, you should probably show up to meetings, and you should probably bring people to meetings, and you should probably set up appointments every week, and you should probably become a client if it makes sense for you, and you should probably get your spouse involved and bring her to all the meetings, like, why do you got to argue with that? Why are you trying to make excuses of why you can't do things? Why not spend that energy focused on figuring out how you can do what you need to do? Because it is the truth, right or right? It is the truth. I mean, to do those things, it's the truth. And you can't deny it. You can't argue with me. I've never seen anybody become successful that missed meetings often. Never. Not one time. Not ever in my whole career. There's certain things that you need to do to become successful right now at this moment. And if your decision is to become successful, then why not let's just embrace it and say, that's right. Okay, can we just say that real quick? Say, that's right. That's right. Huh. Okay, no. Okay, so we all said it. That's right. I mean, it's a better idea. So why don't we do those things? Okay, so this is what we're going to do. Write this down if you have something to write with, man. Show up, bring people, set up appointments, at least 8 to 10 appointments a week, man, you should have. At least 8 to 10 appointments a week. And you should be setting up appointments. You should become a client if it makes sense. Get your spouse involved. Karma showed up with me to every single meeting for 20 years. We never missed a meeting for 20 years. 20 years. I mean, I am the Cal Ripken of Primerica. Some of you are like, who's Cal Ripken? He didn't miss a baseball game for like almost 18 years or something like that. Okay, so we don't miss games. We always show up because we're committed to winning. We're committed to success. We're committed to doing something special with our life, and we're trying to set a great example. Look, I mean, one of the reasons why I did 10 grand for 5 years, I mean, I averaged over 10,000 in personal premium, 2, 3, 4 directs every single month during that time. The reason why we did this is because we wanted to set a positive, inspiring example. Remember I told you earlier that our job is to inspire the masses? Well, that's how you inspire the masses. So that's what you got to work on, all right? So anyway, here's for all you skeptics out there. All right, this is our tax return in 2016. We haven't finished everything yet for 2017, but here you go, man. For all you skeptics, because look, some of you don't believe me when I tell you we make a lot of money. And this is all of our income. So about $1,032,000 came from our business, and the rest came from our investments. Okay? So you better figure out, right, how to get yourself in a situation where you're building multiple streams of passive income. Okay? And we actually made more in Primerica last year. We made about 1.1 million in Primerica. I mean, that's passive income, guys. Right? I mean, come on now. Now, I show you this. I'm not trying to boast. I'm not trying to, just tell you to, that I'm so great or anything. I'm just telling you this because I want you to know it's real, because you're going to work. You understand that? You're going to work hard in Primerica if you want to make it big. This is not a get-rich-quick scheme. It's a real chance to make a difference with your life. So we're on the Wall of Fame, partnership board. We're actually not officially the chair people anymore. We were a part of the partnership board for over 10 years. And so we retired from the partnership board. And we've been MVPs of the company many, many times. And so we have 41 RVPs, 1,400 agents today. So we didn't do it by ourselves. Okay? All right, these are all of our regional vice presidents. And I think we paid out over $5-6 million last year in comp to our sales force. So we're excited about that, right? We've saved over $5 million. We've saved anywhere from $30,000 to $40,000 a month. In 18 years, $35,000 at 5%, that's $25 million. You guys with me here? Is it worth it to go get financially independent and get educated? Know what the hell you're doing financially. Start taking it seriously. Every Thursday morning, I make sure that I am doing my Quicken. I'm on my computer, making sure I'm organized financially. Every Thursday morning for 1 hour. It might take you 10 minutes right now. We get to be a part of a winning team. The go-to people of our family, right? We've traveled all over the world, taken amazing trips, team events. You get to be a part of something that's positive, that's motivating, instead of hanging out with your bunch of your broke friends and your drunk uncle. You know what I'm talking about, right? You know who. Been to Brazil and New York and taking our kids on great trips. Went to South Africa. I almost got ate by a lion. Seriously. Wish I had more time to tell you that story, man. Whew. Almost died in that car, too. So I try to take really dangerous trips, as you guys can see. Whew. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Yeah, it's not. So anyways, I went a lot of fun places. There we go. This is the estate that we got to stay at in Italy, right there. That's right outside of Florence. Unbelievable place, man. Got an amazing time. That's me swimming in the Mediterranean in the south of France. This was the best meal I ever had in my life right there at that restaurant. It was one of those, what's it called? Those Michelin-rated restaurants. Unbelievable. We're living our dream, man. Our dream is to travel, to inspire, to really change people's lives. That's our mission. Our mission. Look, you guys see me on Instagram every day. You guys see me on Facebook every day. I do Instagram lives on Friday mornings usually. I don't get paid on Instagram. I do it because I want to make a difference, man. I feel like we've been so hugely blessed, man. So hugely blessed. I don't think they're paying me today. Are you guys paying me? Oh, no, they're not paying me today. So it's this is unbelievable. This is unbelievable. Right? I want to make a difference. We want to make a difference. Right? So you're going to be the thinker or the doer? I need about 3 extra minutes, if that's okay, guys. Is that okay if I take 3 extra minutes? All right. So look, this is my truck right here. Right? When I started Primerica, that's what I drove, and that's why I recruited so many people, man. I said, come on, man, we're gonna do something great. Get in the back, let's go. Awesome, man. We're gonna change your life. But this is better. This is better. Because that has air conditioning. That is way better. It was my wife's car. Actually, we just got her another one, but anyways, that was her old one. Before, this is where we lived, me and Carmen. Look at it. We didn't even have enough money to put glass in the table. It broke. Look at it, there's no glass. We just pretended. We were like, just put it on there, just pretend, eating food. But that's where we live today. And it's a dream. It is a dream of mine. I mean, it's so amazing what you can do if you just make different choices, right? Look, I always wanted a house where you never had to go in reverse. So I just go in this gate and I come out that one right there. I just go right around. I never have to go in reverse right there. Look at that. It's unbelievable. I'm telling you, the law of attraction works. Whatever you think about will ultimately become your reality. So please, think wisely. So young age, man, think wisely now. Don't think like your friends. Don't think like loser people. Don't think like those people. Right? And there's something, I mean, look at that, man. We get up in the morning, like, let's go swimming. Come on, man. Let's go swimming. There's my hot wife. Is she freaking hot or what, man? She's freaking hot. It's beautiful. I mean, she's tough, too. I mean, she really is tough, too. She's beautiful. There's that night. Anybody want to come hang out with us, man? Hey, believe me, we're going to be doing some RVP parties, which you guys are probably going to get invited to. Matter of fact, actually, with the West Coast Convention, I think you guys are coming to our house. The Santy's doing a party, and we're doing the party before the event at our house. So it's going to be incredible. But in the future, though, we are going to have parties there, man. Some of you guys might be able to come, too, if you guys are really killing it. You know, we want to hang out with successful people, man. I mean, we really do. So you better step up your game and let's go do something great, right? So there's our backyard. There's my little putting green. Anybody like golf? A couple of you guys like golf? Yeah? There's my little putting green right there. And I just hit the balls back and forth right there. So cool, man. Right there. Back and forth. So I'm getting better at my chipping. Really, I'm getting better. All right, I'll leave you with this, right? This is, you can be her if you want to. That's Trudy. A life of regret. I wish I would have someday. Sadness, disappointment. Right? Dream stealing. Right? You can be that person if you want to. That's your choice. If you want to be that person. Right? Or you can be this guy right there, man. Right? You can live a life of freedom and choices and options. Right? You can create your, instead of just living your life, let's go freaking create your life. We get up on the 1st of every year. We get up in the morning, we're like, all right, baby, what are we going to do this year, man? We're going to go here, we're going to go there, we're going to go there, we're going to do that, we're going to do this, we're going to help those people, we're going to go there, we're going to go to that charity event, we're going to help the church here, we're going to do here, we're going to do that, we're going to do this. Whew, man, we're living, baby. Living. We're living. Anybody want to live? Yeah! Instead of just existing, I don't want to exist. I want to live. I want to make a difference. Help people. You know, so if I leave you with anything, I'll leave you with this, all right? So you got to figure out, this is your homework for today, okay? What I need you to do is I need you to write down 150 goals for a lifetime. Is that a deal? Will you guys do that, okay? I mean, do not go to bed. Look, I know you're going to get tired, you're going to go out to lunch afterwards, you do all this stuff. Do not go to bed. And if any of you did that, please, send me a little comment. Right? Please, if you're taking some pictures and you're doing some video, whatever, send some of that stuff to me, okay? And you can DM me for my email address. Send me some of your videos. Send me some of your pictures of your 150 goals. Would anybody do that? Would anybody do that? Like, can I get like at least 10 people to raise their hand and tell me they'll do that? All right? Just a couple of you. Just, hey, look, and send me a picture. Say, look, I did this. I accomplished. See, all I'm doing at this point, just holding you accountable. But if you set up those 150 goals, man, you start checking them off, checking them off, checking off, checking off. You'll wake up a couple years from now, you'll be like, hey, I've done something. Just remember, progress equals happiness. Progress equals happiness. You will be more happy if you are making progress. You're not going to win overnight. You're not going to make $1 million overnight. But what you are going to do is you're going to be happy in the process. You're going to be happy as you're moving forward. The happier you are, the more people will gravitate towards you. The more you inspire people, the more people will gravitate towards you. And as you do that, you will build a massive following. And you'll get a bunch of people that want to be where you're at. And if they want to be where you're at, you and them will be able to take your lives to greatness. God bless you. God bless this team. Have a great day. Dream big, do it now.
All righty, guys. One more time, let's thank Daniel Alonzo.